Okay, the video is gonna be uploaded in my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm recording again another video for explanation what happened just a few minutes ago. Basically, I was outside and with a bit of not stable mind, and now I'm at home and I have enough time to sort out things and just pour out everything. Just tell every story. Okay, first, I went to the shelter at 7:30 after I had dinner. It's my habit to go to see cats after having a meal because I have to digest. So just walking around is a good habit. And then I think the camera should go this way. Okay. And then I found Halmoni was very injured. And actually, I think it was my fault to give her rice, like cooked rice, sticky. Yeah, it may have scratched her nose. Is something feeling weird was, on her nose. So she had a bleeding nose. But I could do nothing. So I went back home with a very complicated mind. And that's why I wrote you, Shahina, like flirting messages. I also considered of going to, like, taking it to the hospital. But the hospital near was closed, and also, actually I can't afford the treatment for the cats. I know it's pretty expensive. I felt really bad. Anyway, I took a shower and then I went outside again to attach the SOS poster on the wall, like, so that it can be seen tomorrow. And then I was going to the shelter. Like, basically, there are two routes to go to the shelter. Like, it's a whole building and there are two entrances. One is a large one and one is like a side entrance, which is a bit cramped. First, I went through the large entrance because it's the easier way to just get into the building area. But I saw an animal. Like, when I got there, an animal was walking from, the area where the shelter is at. I thought it was big, so I thought it was Ginger, but as I was watching, it was actually much bigger than Ginger, and it looked like a dog. And the movement, like the walking style is not ginger, it is definitely a dog. I was afraid because we don't know what a dog is going to do to us. Like, it can like us, of course, but it can just attack, like jump on us and totally bite. So I had to take a safer decision. So I moved back, like, get off from the zone. But as I was running away from the place, I dropped the paper which was in my pocket. I kind of rolled it and put it in my pocket, but it dropped because it was very light and I was running, so it just slided off from my pocket. So I just picked it up, and fortunately, the dog didn't seem to notice me. Like, it didn't see me. Maybe not, but it wasn't running towards me. Yeah, directly. Anyway, so I left the large entrance and go farther through the side road, and I got near to the side entrance, but I noticed there's a car just parked at the side of the road. And the engine was on, like the lights was on, so I think there's a person inside. So I felt a bit self-conscious because I wanted to do it without anyone watching me. So anyway, I had to go through the side entrance, but I was still afraid of the dog because actually the side entrance was not too far from, like, the spots I found the dog. So I was moving into the area carefully, slowly, like totally looking every side to make sure that the dog isn't there, the dog wasn't near me. And I couldn't find the dog at all, so I just totally shined every side with my phone flashlight, and yeah, still I was getting to the shelter slowly because I didn't want to get bit by the dog. And the black and white wasn't there. I don't know, maybe the dog scared it, or it didn't come to the shelter after I drove it away at 7:30. Yeah, when I visited it at 7:30, it found me and ran away. Yeah, it was in the shelter. But this time, 8:30, yeah, I couldn't find black and white at all. And I put the poster, I think it's poster, yeah. I put the poster on the wall. Like, I taped it. And Halmoni came to me from inside. Like, it wasn't, yeah, it was asking for help. It needed help, definitely. And still, yeah, the blood was on her nose. Actually, I didn't really notice much about her condition at first, but as I was flashing lights in it and recording a video, she was like, her condition was more serious than I noticed at first. Like blood on her swamp fur, you know, the fur around mouth. Yes. And it made a very poor sound. But couldn't do anything, so I left it behind. And walking back to the entrance I came from. But that was not just she, standing there. And yeah, he was definitely watching me, and he actually said later on that he was watching me if I was doing anything wrong. You know, it's understandable. Like, I was definitely like seeming suspicious and weird. You know, very cautious to enter the entrance. Actually, I was just afraid of the dog though. And just flashlighting everywhere. I don't know if he saw that, me doing that. And I said hello to him first, and said, oh, that is a cat actually, and she is sick. He was like, oh, then why not take it to your home? I said, I can't, sadly. Would you see her? Like, yeah. And I was coming back to the shelter with them, and he saw Halmoni, and he was touching it smoothly, and I was slicing like the cat to let him see well. And he said like, oh, it's just 3, it's like a baby, it's small. Yeah, Halmoni is small, but he's actually an old cat, 8-year-old. But he was like, oh, it's only 3 months old. But I didn't say anything about it. Yeah, I didn't say like, oh no, it's actually 8-year-old cat. I just let him guess that way, because that wasn't really necessary. And he touched her tail, which is a bit also having a weird shape, and he was like, oh, a car just went upon its tail. And he was like, but sadly I can't take it to my home. Like, it really needs to see the doctor. And he kept saying, oh, actually I have a cat in my home, that's why I can't take it to home. Like, cats, jealousy, jealous. And yeah, it's not good to put 2 cats at home. he noticed. Actually, it's his first time seeing the shelter or finding the shelter, but he noticed that there's someone actually taking care of those cats, and the food is also there. It is. He was like, oh, it's just yeah, it's just her place. She should stay here. I can't take it, but because she is so injured, I should take care of it just for a day, for a night. So it's what all happened. And he also added that I was gonna be blessed. Like, it's a Korean saying, not like an idiom, but common saying. It's similar to the idea of karma. Like, if you do good things, you're gonna, like, good things will happen to you in return. Which means I did a great job. Though I thought I couldn't do anything for them. I kept checking if they were doing okay. And those words totally relieved my heart. The heavy heart, weighed down by self-blaming and so much worry.